Welcome to today's episode of the GROUPEX podcast. I'm your host, Tony Zonato, and if you haven't yet done so, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Today, I'll be talking to Tash Ekmekjian, trainer and presenter for Les Mills Asia Pacific. Tash has been in the industry for some time now and has an amazing story to share with us. So grab your favourite beverage, sit back, and enjoy the show. Tash, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon and coming on and having a chat, man. I appreciate your time and appreciate you saying yes as well.
Mate, likewise. Thank you so much for asking me. I'm telling you, I can't get my words out, so this is probably going to be a really short conversation.
No, we'll be good. We'll be good. So for our listeners, can you tell us, when did you start in the fitness industry?
Wow, I'm going back a lot of years now. I actually entered initially in the year 2000. And, every time I say it out loud and I say I've been in the fitness industry for 22 years, I feel like I sound so damn old. And I'm so not. I'm in my 40s.
Yep.
I'm allowed to say that. I don't have to specify my age, do I?
No, not at all. No one really cares that much.
Oh, good.
They just want to know. They want to know you. They want to know where you've come from, all that kind of good stuff. So you started in 2000.
Yeah, I did my Cert 3 in fitness. There was no Cert 4 personal trainer at that time. So it was just the Cert 3 with the 3 strands of, gym instructor, aerobics instructor, as it used to be called, and then aqua. And I ended up actually branching out into all 3 of those areas.
Wow. Yeah.
So I studied all of them because I was so into fitness. And I got all the registrations. I got qualified in all 3 strands. So I could do the gym instructor stuff. I could do the aerobics freestyle. I am aqua trained as well. There's an interesting random fact as well. So, but, as you know, with your fitness qualifications, you have to update them every 2 years.
Yes.
And I actually let it lapse because I didn't really take action to try and find work because I already had I was already sort of working at the time anyway. And it wasn't anything that I really was sort of aspiring to do. And then you fast forward to the year 2004.
Yep.
Yeah, early 2004. My now husband was talking about how he wanted to launch his big radio career. This is his ultimate dream of, being a radio show host, because he's got the voice and he's got the suave and, how passionate he is about it. He's done community radio and all this.
Love it.
And just hearing him talk about it and how he was into getting into his studies about it.
Yep.
I just went, you know what? You've inspired me to pick up my fitness studies again.
Excellent.
So off I went and I had to re-register. I had to do everything from the start.
Yep.
Start from scratch. I'd never done it before. Cert 3, Cert 4. This time I found work and pursued it and I have remained active.
Love it. What was the first group fitness or GROUPEX class that you ever taught?
Boxing, freestyle boxing.
Excellent. And where was that at?
So Sydney Olympic Park. There's a little gym in there in the aquatic center.
Yes. Yep.
And there was the manager there had gotten in touch because fitness people know fitness people, and then suddenly your name gets tossed around everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? I hear that you can teach your freestyle boxing train. Can you please cover this class for us for 6 weeks? It's 6:30 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and my face went, what a.m.?
What? Is the sun up then?
Sorry. Yeah. Is there a time that exists when people are awake?
Pre 7 o'clock? Are you kidding me?
Exactly. And then I went 6:30 a.m. Holy crap, what am I going to do? But I wanted the opportunity, right? Because as you do when you become a brand new instructor, you grab every class that you can and an opportunity that you can to get your experience up, right?
Yep.
So, I took them up on it. And my older sister, God love her, she went, look, I'll drive you. She goes, I'll drop you off and I'll come and pick you up after the classes so you don't have to worry about parking and whatnot. So up she wakes at the butt crack of dawn with me to drive me to Homebush, which is about 15 minutes away.
Yep.
Yeah, I teach my boxing class. There was about 15 people in there.
Yep.
And then,
That's
yeah, I got
decent
the
for
feedback
6:30 in
of,
the morning, I might add.
yeah, oh yeah. And it was, I was surprised as well going, people, why don't you sleep? Like, what are you doing awake at this time? I wasn't game enough to ask him in the first class
Yeah.
of that 6-week period, you know, why don't you guys sleep?
Yeah.
I wanted to establish a rapport first,
Yes.
right? So it was by week 3, I actually pulled them aside and went, guys, why not sleep at this time?
Yep.
Why are you up and moving your body?
Yep.
And I had a wonderful answer from someone going, I get up and I exercise now before my body and my brain realizes what I'm actually doing to it. So then by the time the class is finished, the body and the mind have caught up to what just happened.
Yep. Brilliant.
And the workout's done for the day.
Yeah. Yep. I like it.
And I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And I went, good luck to you, because as soon as that 6-week cover was over, mate, I was back asleep.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I love it. The first, I think the first class for many of us is always something along those lines. It was an experience and a moment of going, oh my God, what am I, it's at what time? or oh crap, okay, yep, I can do this. So well done, mate. Well done. I love hearing that.
Thank you.
When
I was too tired to be nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As you said, you were up and doing it before your brain realized really what was going on.
That was it. There was all I was thinking was, I've got to teach these people how to punch some pads.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're done.
This is the GROUPEX podcast. Where did your career go from there? I mean, I know you and I met when we were both at Fitness First back in let's say it's 2004, 2005 is when I first jumped on board over there as well. How you were a group fitness manager for a while there as well at a couple of clubs from memory?
Yeah, not initially. I first became a GFM at a club called the Fitness Edge.
Oh yes,
which is within Ryde Eastwood Leagues Club.
Yes, yep.
And I managed to get in there because my now husband, geez, he gets involved with all this shit I do. He's gonna want a little bit more
credit
accolades for
this.
Yeah. Anyway. Jeez. Anyway, so Michael played semi-professional football for the Ryde Eastwood Leagues Club for 7 or 8 years, and so he was all like, "Oh, I'm the one that got you the job there," and he went to the gym there to do his training and all that, you know.
Yep.
So that's I didn't get the job because of him.
Yep.
I just knew of the job because of him. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Just because he's probably going to hear this back later. Yeah, you know. Yeah, so I got to be GFM there. Oh, when was it? 2008, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Prior to that, I was actually a PT at a very small gym called the Fitness Network in Surrey Hills.
Oh yes. Yep.
And talk about, talk about not being a morning person.
Yep.
Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. And I did that for 3-4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of coffee to get me through.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I found the group fitness manager job at Ryde Eastwood.
Yep.
Took that on. And then from there, I went to Fitness First.
Okay. Cool.
As a GFM. Yeah. But I was still I became a GFI.
Yep.
For Fitness First in 2000, I think it was the end of 2005.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Or it was mid to late 2005. My first, it was body pump that I got granted.
Yeah.
It was my first class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So how many programs are you trained in?
Trained in?
Yeah.
Or currently teaching, or both?
Well, trained in because I like myself, I'm not doing anymore, but I'm trained in X amount of programs. But yeah, how many would you be trained in?
I can't give you the number without saying the programs. Is that okay?
That's all right. You can say the programs. We're not programmist here. We talk all programs. So yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. So this was the order of my training, right?
Yep.
Body pump.
Yep.
Body combat.
Yep.
Body jam. Shabam. There was body step. CX, which is now core. What else did I train in? I'm trained in balance now. I did grit. I almost feel like I'm missing one. And if I am, I'm so sorry. No, I think that's it. 8.
8? Okay.
8.
Other programs that aren't Les Mills? Trained in any
All
Radical
the
or any,
freestyles.
but all freestyle stuff, so nothing from Radical or nothing
No, the
from
rest,
the others.
everything else is freestyle. So I taught a lot of, the ABTs,
Yep.
high, low,
Yep.
sculpt, all the terminology that they use to describe those different classes.
Yep. And when did the opportunity arise to become a trainer, become a presenter? How did that eventuate for you in your career, and when did that eventuate?
I think that was 2008, mid 2008. There was a call out at the Hilton. The Hilton Hotel has a gym in there.
Yes.
Group fitness manager, Shelley Townsend.
Yep.
And I didn't know Shelley, right? I just showed up, and it was an audition that she was looking for body combat instructors, and I taught, I think, 2 or 3 tracks of body combat just to Shelley. She watched, and when I finished, she just went, "Have you ever considered being a presenter for Les Mills?" And I said, "No, because I didn't know that was an option or an opportunity that would ever be available." Like, how does that even come about? Now if I fast forward to today, that's how opportunities like that actually come about. Right. It was by chance. And she went, "Listen, the next time there is an announcement made about Sydney-based auditions for body combat presenters, you need to register yourself." And I went, "Okay." Yes.
Nothing awkward about that at all.
No, scared shitless, mind you. I've got no idea who this lady is, what this presenter thing's all about. I mean, I had an idea. I had already been attending, the quarterly workshops, and I fell in love with them immediately. Just the atmosphere when we had all the super workshops back then, the stage, the lights, the presenters up there, the instructors just enjoying it all together. I knew what it was about. Not that was ever an option to get up there from down here, right? So later on that year, lo and behold, there was a call out for auditions to be held for body combat, for team members for body combat. And I had a voicemail from Shelley, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks before it was to come about. And she goes, "The announcement, there's been a call out for body combat presenters. Register yourself now." And I went,
"Love you, Shelley."
Voicemail? Sure. I better fucking do this, because she'll find out if I don't.
Yeah, she would definitely find out. She would be, right, where's Tash? Why isn't she here? What's going on?
Yeah.
She would have hunted you down. And
she absolutely would have, because, well, she had already gotten the word out to, it was Kylie Gates, who was the training manager at the time.
Yes.
And Dee McNeil, who was the head of the team at the time. And she had already told them about me. Expect this girl. She's going to be at the body combat auditions. I didn't know this until way later. After the auditions actually happened.
Talk us through that process on what happened. Because I think there'll be, I'm going to assume when I say this, but I'm assuming there's a lot of people that are going to be listening that are sort of like, okay, I would love to do that. What happens in that environment when a call out comes through to say, "Hey, we're looking for your new people on the team." You rock up to that day. What's the energy like? What was going through your mind when you rocked up on that first day?
Well, obviously now, as it is now, I mean, it's a very different, process. So when I'm talking, we're talking 2008, right? So long time ago. So even though processes are a little different, the feels would be exactly the same, right? Extremely nervous, extremely, like you wouldn't believe, because I was in a room with a bunch of people that were also, I assumed, highly likely amazing instructors who show something that could be good enough to be on this team. So I felt like the company that I was in, I was very humbled by it. I was also very overwhelmed by it. And I was questioning whether or not even I belonged there, to be completely honest with you.
I love hearing that, because that to me is a unique moment that you experience that obviously you're sharing with us now, but I can picture that in my head, the way you just said that. I can picture you knowing you and knowing how that would have, I think there's a lot of us that would probably feel the exact same way. So walking into a room where it's like, oh, okay. I do my thing. I come in and I teach. I do my thing. And you know what? Yeah, okay. Someone has seen something. Okay. Yep. Let's roll through this. And it's very humbling. You're not one of those people that is a show pony that is like, check me out. It's me. You know, there's no Pavarotti in you at all. It's very much very humbling, and it's nice to see. You know, I know that there are presenters out there that are
Thank you, Tony.
Are very different. Yeah, they're very much like, don't you know who I am? No, I have no fucking idea who you are.
Yeah. I have to say to you that exact tagline. One of my long-time participants, her name's Susie, and she has come to almost virtually every single class that I've been teaching for God knows how many years. You know, when she was at the gym, that's exactly her tagline to me.
Yeah.
Do you know who you are? And I look at her and I go, I'm a fucking human who teaches movement to music, mate.
Yeah, that's what I love. That to me is the what's the word I'm looking for here? Epitome of an instructor. The ultimate instructor, presenter, trainer is someone that gets up there and goes, I'm a human. I'm doing my job. This is what I do. Yeah. I'm not here to be idolized by people. I'm not here to make friends and be like, oh my God, you've got to follow me because no, you are,
No.
you know what? I do what I do and I enjoy it and I love it. And I'm going to say you do it. And I'll ask you this question. Why did you go down, like you became a trainer and presenter in that, but what made you stay with it and go, you know what? Yeah, I want to do this. What was that? Is there a defining? Is there a defining point, or is there something in it that you can just pinpoint and go, I do this because?
Sorry, did you mean as a trainer or as an instructor?
Yeah, well,
So
is there a different answer? I suppose is the question.
Yeah, not a whole lot, to be honest. No, look, I love exercising with people. That's ultimately what it is like.
Yep.
And I found this job where, like, you know, I found this thing where I can actually get paid. I can do this for a job.
Did you find it or did Michael find it for you?
Oh, don't you even.
Sorry, Michael, had to throw that one in there for you.
Bloody Mike.
Sorry. We can edit that bit out.
You know, he's going to turn around now and go, you know that I was the inspiration behind this. So really, she should be thanking me.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it already.
Love it. No, sorry. Go on. I interrupted you.
That's all right. No, the why is just, I find great joy with, you know, movement to music and having an opportunity to share that with other people and lead them through a workout was just, and then get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's my basic why.
Yep.
You know, if I delve even deeper into specifics, you know, finding body combat, you know, I'm an ex martial arts student, right? So I studied and trained in karate and taekwondo collectively for about 17 years. I say 17, it was more so about 18 and a half to 19, but there was some on and off periods, right?
Yep.
So yeah, just having that background and then discovering body combat, which is all the training that I know, put in the same environment that I've already said I've fallen in love with. That's just a match made in heaven for me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's really my why. I just love it.
Yep.
I love exercise. I love music. I love putting them together. I love having, like, just being able to lead people through it, through the workout as well.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Having that ability is awesome.
Yep.
This is the GROUPEX podcast.
When the opportunity came up for you to be a trainer, you know, in the programs, talk us through that if you can, talk us that whole experience from, when you went through the initial training module yourself around, when I say initial training module, as in the first training session or the first IMT you did, I'm going to say 15, 20 people in there. What were you feeling going into that, the first time you ever trained a group of people up?
Okay, so there was a two-step process with that. So initial modules I would sit in with other trainers initially.
Yep.
And I did that for about a year. And I was fortunate enough to have, or unfortunate if you really think about it, because I got absolutely annihilated by these two powerful, fierce ladies, Dee McNeil, Sharon Susie.
Yep.
They were my two trainers to be a trainer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if anyone knows anything about these two, just one of them is enough to scare the shit out of you, right? Okay. Look, I'm talking when I was initially, like when I first became a trainer, I first met these girls.
Yep.
Yeah. Now it's I know them now. So sitting in on those first couple of modules, my very, very first one that I sat in on was with Dee, and there was, I think, about 9 or 10 people in there. And I just remember someone asked a question about something that was a little bit out of the box of the module training, because I just had a training manual to refer to and look over while Dee was facilitating. That was my look-see. And someone asked a question that wasn't here.
Yep.
They asked a question that was out here. And I just sat and listened and watched Dee totally answer this question well enough to appease the trainee and then be able to come back to it later to get some clarity for her. Like, she just sort of kept the module going, on the track like she was meant to, without getting the sidetracked and still providing an answer for this person. And I was in absolute awe going, how did you just right?
Yep.
How am I going to do that?
Yeah.
How do you learn to do that?
Yep.
That was my head when I was a trainer, like a trainee trainer.
Yep.
How are they doing this? How are they answering these questions? What if they ask me that question? I can't answer it.
Yeah.
These girls can. They've been doing it for 10 years.
Yep.
That was, my mind was in overdrive, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You got a manual.
Yeah.
And you follow the manual and the process and the structure. But all this other stuff happens. And so that was, watching Dee and Sharon be able to do this seamlessly.
Yeah.
Which that's what I was in awe of. And it was great. Like, for me to have the opportunity to train under those two, it was incredible, because that's what made me the trainer I am today.
Yeah. Some legends that have been around for a while that are still around, and nice.
I got
my
ass kicked by those two. In a really good way.
Yeah.
But
So the first ever module you did alone.
In Adelaide.
Yep.
Brad Wolford's gym.
Yep.
So I already felt like I was at home.
Yep.
So I was so well taken care of venue-wise, with the resources.
Yep.
Anything you need, Tash. If anything goes wrong, come and call me. I'm right here. I'll come and fix the lighting and the stage.
Yep.
I'll fix the sound quality for you. You need extra mics? I got you. You need some batteries? They're right here.
Yep.
So that was amazing. I had, I think, 7 trainees.
Yep.
And no one in that module asked any questions outside of my manual.
Yes.
So I got through it. Yes.
Oh, that's gold.
And there was some positive feedback to come of it from the trainees.
Yep.
To be honest, that's what I was really focusing on. Like, because, it's one thing for us to think, or to have like our intentions, right? But the intention versus the perception can be very, very different. We don't have control over the perception. We've got control over the intention.
Yes.
And I know that from the get-go. So my thing was, what have these guys said about the training? Can I have the feedback?
Yep.
And it was good.
Yep.
So I must have done something right.
Yeah. Yep. No, I love. I remember when I did indoor cycle stuff for Network. The same thing. I was there with Alicia and with Ryan and Effie Diamond going through my first one, and it's nerve wracking. The nerves, that feeling of, oh shit, what am I? Oh my god, please don't ask any questions outside because I'm nervous enough as I'm trying to remember this, trying to go through it all. It's that whole experience of the adrenaline is rushing. You are on fire, and it seems to go so quick at the same time, so slow. But having people listen to every word you're saying and are being engaged by what you're saying, and the fact that they're able to, you're able to pass on knowledge and experience, but teach them and have them walk away from that weekend and getting something that they've come for, that they walk away going, you know what, hey, yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that. And I think that's, for me, was one thing I really enjoyed, was passing that on to someone and having watched them at the end of the weekend or the end of their module or whatever it was that they were doing, go out there and be the best that they can be. Was just that moment of going, look at you, you know, and that satisfaction knowing that you helped them. Not so much, you know, that they look at you going, oh, you're amazing. It's like, I didn't want any of that kind of shit, but it was, I passed something on to you and I helped you achieve something that you wanted to do. You came to this course because you wanted to learn something, and I've helped you, which I know is then in turn going to help so many people that you're in front of at the same time.
And didn't that just absolutely blow your mind when you first realized it? That's exactly what happened to me. I just went, what an impact we can have.
Yeah. It's an awesome thing. I think as people that aren't trainers or presenters, if they're looking at going into it, I'd always want to make sure that they're doing it for the absolute right reasons. Yeah, and I'm going to say most, and I'm going to say probably, you know, it's probably in the 90% range that most people are in it for the right reasons. They're in it because they love what they're doing. They want to pass it on to other people that are like-minded, that have the same passion and have the same drive, that want to help people get fit, want to help people move. But also when you realize that you've got a certain skill set that you can help other people do what you do and be what you're being, I think that's, to me, that's, yeah. You know how you were talking about words? You were talking about words.
I could do that?
Yeah. You were talking about words at the beginning, how sometimes your words don't come out. That's right now. I'm having those moments of can't find the exact words to describe that. But we're humans.
Yeah.
So how many years have you been presenting for now then?
From 2009. So this is my 12th year.
Yep.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for Tash in the way of presenting training? Are you continuing with it? Are you, you know, when do you stop? Do you stop?
Mate, I don't want to stop unless my body says you must.
Yep.
I want to do this for as long as I possibly can, because it's you know, I know it sounds cliche with, you know, in the Les Mills world, but it is life-changing. And it's not just life-changing for the instructors that come through our doors. It's not just life-changing for the members that are in front of us. It's life-changing for us as the trainers and presenters, honestly. It was the life change for me. If I can slightly go off track for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yep.
So the life change for me was that it brought out, like, I was really, really, like, my confidence was really low before I became a group fitness instructor. And that was one of the big questions of, can I even teach a class? Because, you know, I had this certain idea in my head of what great group fitness instructors are meant to be. And, you know, these boisterous personalities, big time people, you know, the people person, you know, that talks to everyone. And I'm like, well, no, I'm definitely not like that. I'm quite introverted, you know, and then I start questioning, can I even do this? And that was why, even when Shelley told me you should go to this audition for presenters, my confidence just went, I don't think I can do that.
Yep.
Because just by looking, you know, at it.
Yep.
So, you know, and then fast forward to now, and I did do it and I can do it. And so my confidence is just
Yeah.
You know, it's greatly brought out, you know, a confidence in me that I didn't have before.
Yep. Yep.
Or that I may have had, but it was concealed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Which programs are you training in at the moment? As in, which are you a trainer presenter for currently?
So I'm a trainer and presenter for Body Combat and Shabam.
Yep.
And as of this year, also Body Jam.
Excellent. Well done.
Which I'm really excited about.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. So, and I know recently the teams, everything changed from what I was seeing on social media. There were some changes within the teams, the dynamics of the teams and who presenters were. I'm assuming a lot of that has come from COVID and with the changes going through the business and all that kind of stuff. So does that mean there's some new fresh faces that we're going to be seeing moving forward?
This is going to sound really, really terrible on my part. I don't actually know what the whole team looks like now. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. That's
you know
on
why?
It's the 20th.
I base it off. Yeah. I base it off our quarterly workshop lineups.
Yep.
Who's in the emails that I see.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time I haven't paid full attention to it. I know that sounds so bad.
No, not at all. It's also the 21st.
I definitely don't mean it that way.
It's also Friday, the 21st of January. We are still in the new year. We're, hello, we've been on holidays, all that kind of stuff. I get it. It was probably a silly question for me to ask, but it was one I thought I'd show in there anyway. And whether it stays in this episode or not, who knows? I shut it out at the end.
Editing.
We'll see. It's all good. But hey, the last question I wanted to throw at you, and I suppose it's not so much a question, but a statement of, if you could pass on some advice to anyone listening that wants to be a trainer or a presenter, what would that advice be?
Make sure your reasons why are the right reasons why. And just work hard and let it fall into place like it's meant to. I think that's really important. Whether or not, some people might hear this and think, well, you're not really going out and taking your steps forward and taking the initiative and grabbing it by both hands. You don't necessarily have to. Like, I'm a really firm believer in, if you just work hard, head down, bum up. That's what I did. I didn't go out seeking this. It happened, and I absolutely believe it can absolutely happen to anyone else that feels the same way. We can't control the 50 plus other external factors that are going on, with regards to criteria, business requirements, locations of, the size of the teams, things like that. You don't have any control over that sort of stuff, but you can control what you do and how hard you work and why you want to do it.
Yep.
And I think that's where you really need to keep your focus.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you for those words. Thank you for your time tonight and having a chat with me. I know it's only been quick, but I'm trying to keep these chats with everybody nice and quick. I mean, I know there's going to be, the list that I have at the moment there's about 80 people on it. And if I'm doing one of these a week, there's a year and a half close to whatever is going on. So
we'll see you at the end of the year.
Yeah.
After you finish talking to everyone.
Every Friday night, this is where I'm going to be in the dungeon. But Tash, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for spending, a little bit of time on your Friday night with us to answer some questions and have a chat about you and your journey so far. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This has been surprisingly fun. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.